Well, hello, beautiful ladies, and welcome to my channel. My name is Jackie Alves, and today I'm excited to show you some great techniques to help you sculpt and chisel those beautiful features. We're going to go next level. I'll show you ways to use cream. We're going to stack a powder on top, and I'm going to show you incredible highlight and contour techniques that are going to give you the features that you love and bring out those features that you want to showcase to show that beautiful face of yours. And I'm going to show you easy ways to accomplish it. So stick around. I know you're going to love this one today, and we're going to have a lot of fun. Here we go. All right, let's get started with this super sculpting madness. Oh my gosh. Like, I usually don't do this much, but I want to. It's fun, it's next level, and I want to teach you some of the great things that I learned, especially when I was in that master class in Las Vegas. Great stuff that I want to share with you. So starting with a super light moisturizer, because I'm going to be using cream today. I'm going to stack it with some powder. I just want that lightweight moisture underneath, because then I'm not going to feel like anything is sliding. Now I know I've already got my eyes done, so I've done that typical weird makeup artist thing where they do the eyes first. I don't really ever do that unless it's something really intense that my client has requested. But I didn't want to take time to do eyes today because I want to focus on this kind of sculpting snatched look thing we're going to do today. And I did want to have my eyes done for it so that you could see a complete look at the end. So here we go. Good lightweight moisturizer. I already had on a neck cream. Definitely got some eye cream on, but you know, of course, I'm gonna go ahead and do some eye serum. The Caffeine eye serum, the BioLab line from Jafra Cosmetics that I love. I constantly am mixing it in with my concealer, but right now, because I'm using so much cream and the way that I'm gonna sculpt my face, I'm just putting that lightweight serum right underneath. It really helps depuff. Oh no, I forgot I had eyeshadow on. Let me see if I can repair that. I just get going. Oh my Lord. I don't think it messed it up. I think I can salvage it. Oh my God. Wow, I cannot talk and do makeup at the same time, you guys. That was almost a disaster. I might have to go back and repair just a little bit. See, I'm not used to having my eyeshadow done first. God. I thought, oh, I'm gonna show them all these tricks. I'm gonna do something new today. See what happens? Kind of teach the old dog the new tricks. I think it still looks okay. All right, I'm just gonna keep going. You guys don't care, you know me. We like to make mistakes on this channel. It's a channel of no rules, so let's go. Gosh darn it. Now, I'm gonna go ahead and put on my primer. I'm gonna use the water-based primer, the all-in-one primer. It's got that nice velvety finish. Now, you absolutely can use a different primer if you like silicone-based. Let's see if I can not get this on my eyes. If you like silicone-based, that's cool too. Whatever you prefer. I do really like the velvety finish of this one, and I didn't do my eyebrows yet. A lot of times I see makeup artists and they do all the eyeshadow, lashes, and brows, and then get into the complexion, and I just can't do that because I'm gonna wipe off the eyebrows, and I will probably get something in the lashes like powder or something. So I just can't do all of that. And kudos to the ones that can. All right, so again, I used the water-based all-in-one primer because I like that velvety finish. You can use a putty primer, whatever you like, it's okay. But use what works best. If you're gonna be using cream, use what's gonna complement that, okay? I'm gonna use my Graftobian Professional Makeup Palette. Now, you can grab one of these on Amazon if you want. They're fairly spendy. It is really a good professional brand because look at all the colors. So you can see why I like to have this around, because I have clients of all different shades that come in, but you don't feel like you need to have something with all those shades. You can just use 2 different shades of cream foundation like you've seen me do before. You can use like a deep concealer to do your contour with, and this is a cream concealer, and then contrast it with a light concealer. and this is one by Tarte. So, you know, don't feel like you have to have the exact same product. And even if you don't have cream, you can still use these same type of techniques with liquid. So I don't want you to feel like, you know, you have to have that exact product. You know, I have hair in my face. A lot of people will get into that in videos like, you know, this is the one holy grail product. And I do have a few of those, like that eye serum you saw. But I try not to do that if it's not necessary, because I want you to use what you have in your cabinet, in your makeup bag, whatever. All right, so, I mean, maybe that comes from I grew up so poor. Well, I can't say I grew up poor, but I was pretty poor as a young adult, like dirt poor. And so, you know, I learned to do makeup with whatever, literally. Like, you know, I could make that brown Wet n Wild pencil work for my brows, my eyeliner, my lip liner, whatever I needed it to do. So I can make anything work, you guys. But I do want to show you what's best. So check this out. I'm going to go over here in this nice, like, medium light shade that I know is probably going to be a decent match for my skin. And because this is kind of a wax-based, super creamy product, I like to use the back of my hand because it'll warm it up. I even do this with my clients. I'm going to use some of the lighter shade here. And that's pretty light. And then I'm going to use a couple of deeper shades for sculpting. I don't know why I have to say it like that, but that's how I feel about it. All right, I'm getting in the mix here. So I sort of created my own palette here. Yeah, and these are the shades I know that I like. If I have to go back and add something, I can. I had a friend in yesterday who has severe vitiligo, and I was able to just do an incredible job balancing and blending and covering because I had so many shades to choose from. So if you're like me and you have a weird skin tone, get whatever you need. All right, now as intense as this is, I wanna still try to keep it simple and duplicatable so that you can try it. So I will first go in with the one that matches my skin fairly well. This is just a fat, fluffy brush. You can use whichever one you like, but I'm using one that's, I don't know what to say. It's like a little bit flatter. It's not quite a paddle, but it's fluffier than a paddle brush. And I wanted to do that so that I can get everything more targeted. Now again, I'm just going right through the middle with this. Let me see if I can remember to not get it on my eyeshadow. Still can't believe I did that. What a nut, huh? You guys are always so good about giving me grace and realizing that I am not perfect. I'm not even close. Okay, so this is just the one I chose that matches my skin fairly well. It's a little more tan, but I'm liking to be more tan these days. And I'm not worrying about covering my whole face. I'm just kind of getting it through the middle and like diffusing it out towards the ears. Okay, now I'm gonna do my chest and my neck area with a little bit larger brush, but I wanted this one because it's really gonna get the shades that I want in just the areas that I want. 'Cause I don't want, you know, a bunch of layers either. Like I don't wanna do a full face of a color that matches and then start layering other stuff on top. So now I'm gonna go in with that deeper shade. And let me show you what I'm doing. I warm it up on the back of my hand because it's a really thick, like I said, wax-based, real good creamy formula. So if you've got a cream foundation that's like that, or if you're gonna be using cream concealer, you may wanna do the same thing. Warming it up on the back of your hand sometimes helps instead of just putting it directly to the face. I am going to be a bronzed goddess when this is all over, let me tell you. And see, another reason I'm using this kind of flatter, skinnier brush is so I can get up to my hairline and not get so much bronze in my hair. Now, if you have, you know, brown hair, black hair, you can be a little more willy-nilly. You can get a little crazier if you want. And I've already gotten it in my hair right there, but I'm not too worried because I'm parting my hair here, so it'll be covered. You know, if I was gonna be wearing it totally slicked back, I of course would be more careful, but I don't want to waste time being super careful. with things I don't need to. Okay, now I'm gonna go in, I'm grabbing a little bit more, warming it up over here to also kind of lighten it up. I don't wanna go straight from here to here, because then I'm gonna wind up, it'll be too much. Now I'm gonna do the swoop right below my cheekbone. So my cheekbone is here, or where I wish it was. See that? So I'm just gonna scoop it up. And diffuse it a little bit. And now I'll grab a little bit more, come over here. Just warming it up. Right under my cheekbone. Now you could say it's right above my ear here, and that's a pretty safe bet for most people if you're not sure how to find your cheekbone. But I usually say it's the highest point right here, and then you just roll directly underneath it and swooping up gently. See how it fades toward the nose. And I'm working with it as I go rather than putting a bunch of stripes on my face and then beating myself to death. I like to work with it as I go. Now, if I had layered it, full face, then all the stripes, then you can go in and blend it around, but I'm not working with it like that because I still want a lightweight layer. I'm not looking for thick, cakey. I'm just looking for sculpted. I'm gonna bring the light around for you. I want you to be able to see this a little bit better. Look at this. Ooh, it's looking nice, you guys. Also, if you're gonna try this, remember to trust the process. Give yourself some grace and give yourself time and room to learn something new. You know what I always say about teaching an old dog new tricks? It's a good thing. But if you're an old dog and you're learning new tricks today, give yourself some time to practice. Okay, now I'm bringing it down my neck, and my neck is good and moist. I did neck cream, I did moisturizer. Now I'll do my chest later. Okay, now that's like a good bronzed level. Now I want to sculpt a little bit more. So I'm going to go back to that deeper shade. And I'm bringing it even more. So the layering and just building up process is very important in this, especially if you're new at this technique. Going in and making all the stripes straight out the gate, sometimes it creates more work than you need. So I'm just going in and striping it just to add more depth and slicing it in. All right, now I'm gonna slice that neck, that turkey neck. I don't know if you guys saw the video where I was complaining about my turkey neck. It was so funny. All my friends, of course, come to the rescue. Give yourself credit, you're beautiful, all the things, right? I'm like, no, I know, I'm not like hating on myself. It's just, sometimes I get tired of those things. And I'm not ready for surgery yet. And that's expensive, not just in money, but in time. I mean, the downtime for that. All right, so I've got the triangle that I have mostly darker because normally this is a white triangle that gives you the turkey neck. So stand up straight, my friend, and add a shadow here, okay? So now I'm gonna go in. I feel like my brush is really pretty much cleaned off all that work I just did, so I can use the same one for my lighter shade if I want. Now, if you were concerned that there was still some of that darker contour shade in here, you could use a different brush for your lighter shade. Now, I'm gonna go in. Now, normally I'm like, I wait way later in the game for concealer, all that, but I wait till after eyeshadow to do concealer, and I've already got eyeshadow, so I'm going straight in to do my brightening concealer step, and I've already got all that serum underneath. And see, now I can clean up where I've got too much eyeshadow underneath. And I like the flat paddle for this because I can just pat it out, and you can see now how it's brightening up. And it's not looking quite as orange and tan, it's actually starting to come together. And doing that half moon or crescent shape on my forehead. I'm just doing half at a time, they'll come over here next. All right, I am getting more of that lighter shade. And I'm gonna go right along my jaw here and here. I'm just working my way around to the other side. And just a small amount of product too. I'm not using very much. You guys saw I just made my 3 stripes there. I'm blending this down. And now I'll go ahead and do under the eye here. Giving that lifting, sculpted look. I think I went too high on that one, so let me bring this one up a little bit more. All right, pat. And bring in a little bit more of the light. Right here in this triangle area. It's looking good. And now finish up that sort of half moon here, sculpting on my brows just a little bit. And the coverage is really nice without feeling like I've used a ton of product. Okay, now I'm gonna go to a little bit bigger brush. This is actually one that I use for a foundation brush. This one is called Beauty and the Base. And I'm just gonna go ahead and pick up what's left here on my hand of the medium shade and just make sure everything is blending nice. So instead of using a beauty blender brush, I'm using this big, beautiful foundation brush, which I prefer brushes over sponges. And just being a blending maniac. Now again, I'm gonna go back later and do the chest. But I'll go ahead and actually bring in some foundation and even that out. Okay, now let me grab a cream blush. All right, I've got a cream blush here and it's called Cerise, and I grabbed this wild, bright pink just to be shocking and crazy, but it actually turns out really pretty. It doesn't look as weird as you would think. So I'm just gonna take a little bit of that and get that blended in. I think I'm just gonna use a different foundation brush rather than my fingers. See, look how pretty that is. I bet it freaked you out at first. It's like hot pink clown cheeks at first. Just adding a little bit more in. All right. I think this looks so pretty, you guys. And I mean, considering the level of sculpting that I did, not too hard, but got a little bit more I'm gonna show you. Let me go in and get a smaller, this is an eyeshadow crease brush. You could use a smaller brush if you like, but I'm gonna take some of this deeper shade, pull it over here to the side to make sure I don't have too much on the brush. And I'm going to contour my nose. But I'm going to do it gently and lightly because you may not even wanna do this. I have that scar on my nose from when I had that surgery about 1.5 years ago when I had cancer on my nose. And it's really easy to accentuate a scar if you're not careful. Or if you have a crooked nose, you may want to reconsider any type of nose contour. Okay, so now I'm gonna take my brush that I was using originally, make sure I don't have any product on it I don't want. And now just blend this out. Trying not to mess up my eyeshadow again. And so what this can do is really kind of strengthen up the bridge of the nose. If you are flat right through here, a lot of my friends that are Filipino do not have a large bridge, and they like to kind of build that up. If you do have really deep set eyes, then I would not contour right here, and maybe just bring it further down the nose. Now just blending across the bridge because I want that to be just beautiful and cohesive. Let me grab a little bit more of that lighter shade. Give me just a minute. Okay, I've got some of the lighter shade right here, and I'm gonna go back in and just hit the bridge of my nose to lighten it up a little bit, but to keep that shadowing along the sides. There we go, that's looking good. And let me grab my large brush again. And with such a small amount of cream, I'm really confident that it's not, you know, building up and giving me a cakey look. Now, with that scar on my nose, that's definitely why I don't do this very often. All right, just blending out. And go back under my eyes, making sure everything is nice and blended out and diffused. That looks so pretty. I'm gonna go ahead and set with a little bit of the high def powder. This is also by Graftobian, but you guys know I always let you know that e.l.f. makes a really good high def powder as well that you can use. So whatever brands that you're liking right now, just as long as you get something that's really fine, not a big, thick, cakey powder, because that's not what we're doing right now. So I'm gonna go in and get just a small amount. I'm gonna try to get a small amount. And just set it really pretty. This actually will dry down how much cream I have. And prepare it if I want to go over with powder, which I'm going to. I'm going to go next level and put powder contour and blush right on top of this. What that's doing is double stacking. So you absolutely can stop here, do your lips, finish your brows, all the things, but I'm going to show you long wear, super sculpt, how to just really next level your contour. So let me grab that powder. All right, I've got an angled brush here that's really nice and fluffy. It's not hard, so it's not gonna pull off the product. It's just like gonna feather on and easily buff on. I'm gonna go to my lighter shade of contour powder. I'm just following the same method, darker towards the hairline and fade toward the nose. Using this patting motion, because I've got so much going on, I don't want to start buffing and just kind of scraping it right off. That's no bueno. One of the videos I just recently did was talking about complexion and dewy finish, all that stuff. And somebody who was watching said that I shouldn't wear all the makeup if I wanted to look better. Over the years, I should just get Botox and surgery. And something else they mentioned, I don't even know what it was. Probably some kind of like, some type of Botox item. And that I should just do that because the makeup I'm wearing is damaging my skin. And I was like, and something about like, don't wear makeup. And I was like, first of all, welcome to my makeup channel. I do long form content, like you've been here for a while watching makeup. What's happening right now? And then I was thinking like, the makeup would damage my skin. Well, yeah, okay. I mean, I'm not saying it doesn't, but I'm not I'm not thinking that all the Botox and surgery is real great either. You know, if you're doing that and you've had it done, it's okay. I might be getting some surgery myself when I turn 60 as a birthday present to myself, but I was just like, I don't know that apples and oranges is a good thing to start comparing in this comment section. Trying to say it as nice as I can. I try. All right, let me get some powder blush. Okay, I've just got a really beautiful peachy pink blush here called Rose Oro. It's by Jafra. I love it. It's got some flecks of gold in it, so it's got a nice sheen. All right. Just making sure it's nice and blended through. I'm gonna go ahead and do some mascara and darken up my brows real quick. All right, I've got my brows deepened and I've got a good coat of mascara on. I'm just gonna clean up under my eyes one more time, just to make sure I don't have any creasing and to make sure that eyeshadow underneath is nice and even. I got myself a little magnifying mirror now. So I'm just gonna make sure I don't have any creasing quickly. Get the cracks of that nose. Now let me tell you something really quick. I almost forgot. If you are one of my friends that wears glasses and you have the kind that have nose pads, you may want to rethink a nose contour because it might just wind up contouring and darkening any little wells or dents you've got going in your nose. So just be aware of that, okay? If you wear glasses, don't worry about nose contour. Mine actually don't have nose pads. You know, they just sit right on the bridge of my nose. So I can work pretty easy with them. So, you know, just be aware of those things. All right, now I'm gonna use a great, really simple nude lip liner. And I wanna keep just a nice nude lip because I've got a lot going on today. You can see how much I overline. Today when I came into the beauty bar, I was setting up all the lights and I was listening to Stevie B. I told the radio to put on Stevie B radio. So it was like all of the related music. So it was all that roller skating rink kind of music and all the Stevie B, like spring love, come back to me now. And I was jamming so hard, I had to make myself stop. I had to turn off the music because it was time to start the video. I have to open the beauty bar soon. I was like, you have stuff to do. You cannot stand in the middle of this beauty bar and dance all morning. But I really wanted to. Man, that music can really get me sometimes. I don't know if you guys have a favorite that does that to you, but tell me in the comments if you have a favorite that just makes you like you can't stop dancing. Look how many times I've done that line. And that's because it helps it last way longer. I know you're like, I don't have time for that. That's so many lines. But girl, if you're gonna bother making your lips look nice, make sure it lasts. It's worth a couple of minutes. Let me grab a lippy. Okay, I have a really nice nude matte and just, you know, really simple. Really matches the lip liner well. Soft and warm. Just the way I like my bread. I don't know why I said that. All right, I am going to get this set with some more powder. I'm gonna use the settings for you guys. Today I'm gonna use the Laura Geller one again. I've used this a few times, I think like maybe 3 or 4 times now. And let me grab my powder. I really like it when I have to do something high level that has layers because it's such a fine mist. So my friend that came in yesterday that had the vitiligo I was telling you about, and we got her skin completely balanced out, really beautiful. I used this because I didn't want to blast her foundation. She said she had a problem with that. Like once she got foundation and powder done, she felt like the setting spray was destroying it. And sometimes it's because it's going to shoot it right off your face. So this one has a super fine mist, so fine that it's so fine that sometimes I feel like I'm putting on too much because I can't feel it. So I'm going to go ahead and grab my fan. And here we go. I don't know if you noticed, but I didn't even bother to put on lashes. My eyeshadow, I think, is doing a pretty good job doing its thing, deepening my eyes. And I got a pretty good layer of mascara on, so I'm okay with it. Now, maybe I would do lashes another time, you know, if I wanted to be a little more dramatic, but I'm liking what this is doing. So let me get some of this foundation off my hand, fix my hair, and let's check this overall look. All right, I've got a great jacket. And I love this jacket. It looks good with so many things, with jeans, with a skirt. I love the collar. I don't know why I have this obsession with wearing my collar up. I think it's because I'm a product of the 80s. All right, I like this. And I'm gonna wear these crazy earrings that look good with this collar. I like put an outfit around if I can pop a collar or not. That's pretty funny. Okay, so these kind of weird rhinestone stars. I like them a lot. This would have been a good look for the Christmas party last night. So yesterday I went to a Christmas party with a company my husband works for, and it was really nice. It was at a steakhouse. It was disappointing that this meal was served an hour and a half late, and we were freezing because they decided to do this outdoor in a tent thing. So funny. Freezing our butts off. So everybody was having extra drinks except for my husband and I. You know that I've been sober for almost 13 years now. And so I was like, how are we supposed to stay warm? And it was too late to have coffee. So I was just there freezing. Praise the Lord for 13 years of sobriety though, right? So definitely those Christmas parties and places where other people are drinking are sometimes kind of a weird situation for us, but that's okay. Nobody was misbehaving. Oh, that looks really cool. I don't know whether to keep the earrings out or in. Well, because when you're talking, they're gonna flip around anyway. These are the things I think about when I'm getting ready. You guys, I hope you like this look. I think it looks pretty cool. I feel pretty cool, and I love this sculpted look. I love the way that, you know, my cheeks look lifted. I love this sculpted jaw. And I really love the way my eyes have this lifted look, because if you'll notice, I also used that sculpting technique with the eyeshadow, bringing it up. So the white concealer under my eyes goes up like this too. So then with the contour and the contour under here, it just gives that beautiful lifted, ultra sculpted look. So I hope that you guys enjoyed this look today, and I hope you give some of these tips a try. You don't have to do all of them, but I bet you can find one or two in here you're gonna add to your routine. Tell me I'm wrong. You guys, I love you so much. Thanks for hanging out with me today here on my channel. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and don't forget to check out our members only area. Love you so much. Bye everyone.